How's it going, everybody? Today is a very big day as we have just had revealed the Yu-Gi-Oh! TCG Forbidden and Limited list for 2020. Why is this a little bit more of an extra deal? Well, it's because a huge change to the Yu-Gi-Oh! Card game is happening again. As you recall, when we had Master Rule 4 implemented, that changed up the game in its entirety. You couldn't summon extra deck monsters to the main monster zones. You could only essentially get one out unless you had link monsters. Well, now on April 1st, we're going to get a little bit of a reverse, a little bit of a... I was just kidding. Not really. They're going to get rid of, you can only summon extra deck monsters to the extra monster zone. Instead, fusion, synchro, and exceed monsters you can summon to main monster zones again. That means that pendulums are already at a disadvantage, and link monsters, they're just staying the same, really. So pendulums, if anything, they got a little bit screwed over this. So this now is going to be the ban list implemented on January 20th, 2020. This is from the Yu-Gi-Oh! TCG Twitter. So let's just get started, shall we? So newly forbidden cards we have is Orcust, Harp, Horror, Thunder Dragon, Colossus, Ib the World Chalice Justiciar, Tempest Magician, Outer Entity Azathoth, Salomon Great Mirage Stalio, Sky Striker Mobilize Engage, Heavy Metal Foes, Electromite, and Brilliant Fusion. Pretty big hits all over the board. For the new limited monsters, we have True King Litho the Disaster, Pot of Avarice, Dino Wrestler Pancratops, Servant of Enmion, Card of Demise, Dragonic Diagram, Into the Void, Sekka's Light, Red Reboot, and Danger Nessie. Next, all the semi-limited cards. These are cards that have gone now to 2. We have Deep Sea Diva, Tour Guide from the Underworld, and Mind Control. So 2 monsters on there, basically, that when they're summoned, they can special summon another monster straight to the field. Interesting. And finally, these are all the cards that have gone unlimited. We have Morphing Jar number 2, which I do believe is coming off from being forbidden. Tribe Infecting Virus, which is also coming off from being forbidden. The Phantom Knights Rank Up Magic Launch. Lady Debug, Sky Striker Ace Kagari. Book of Moon going to 3. Solemn Warning going to 3. Soul Drain, Dark Arm Dragon, and Perform Mage Damage Juggler. I'm pretty sure that was either banned or at 1. I remember there's a really big loop you could do with that. But guys, that is effective from January 20th, the current Forbidden and Limited list. Let's go back, have a look at each one of the monsters and see what they do. Orcust Harp Horror. It is currently unlimited in the TCG, but semi-limited in the OCG. Its effect was you can banish this card from your graveyard, special summon 1 Orcust monster from your deck, except Orcust Harp Horror. You can special summon monsters for the rest of this turn, except dark monsters. You can use the effect of Orcust Horror once per turn. I think what they're trying to do is reduce the amount of special summonable monsters as possible to stop the amount of spam, synchro, fusion, or exceed summons you can make on the field. The next forbidden card is a big one. It's Thunder Dragon Colossus. It's a fusion monster which was currently unlimited in the TCG, yet limited in the OCG. Limited for a very good reason. It's very, very powerful. We've seen plays where you can just keep making Thunder Dragons. You can get all 3 on the field really easy when the new changes come in April. But Thunder Dragon and 1 Thunder monster must be fusion summoned or special summoned during the turn a Thunder monster's effect was activated in the hand by attributing 1 Thunder effect non-fusion monster. You do not use polymerization. Cards cannot be added from the main deck to your opponent's hand except by drawing them. If this card would be destroyed by a battle or card effect, you can banish 1 Thunder monster from your graveyard instead. Whenever I pulled this monster, I was like, I'm not going to build this deck. It's going to be too expensive, so I sold it. I'm so glad I did now. I don't think I sold it for too much. It was like between 30 and 50 quid or something. But still, if you made a Thunder Dragon deck, I'm sorry for you, man. Can you even play a Thunder Dragon deck without Colossus? Let me know. Ib the World Chalice Justiciar. It's a synchro monster. Its effect is, it was unlimited, and it's going straight to Forbidden. That's mad. 1 tuner plus 1 or more non-tuners. For this card, synchro summon, you can treat 1 World Chalice normal monster you control as a tuner. You can use each of the following effects of Ib the World Chalice Justiciar once per turn. If this card is synchro summoned, you can add 1 World Legacy card from your deck to your hand. If this synchro summon card is sent from the field to the graveyard, you can special summon 1 World Chalice monster from your deck or graveyard except the World Chalice Justiciar. So all the cards we've had forbidden so far have the ability to special summon more monsters. And this one just lets you add a World Legacy card, which is just powerful to begin with. So that's another one hit. Another synchro monster forbidden is Tempest Magician. Tempest Magician here was unlimited. Requires 1 tuner, 1 more non-tuner spellcaster type monsters. When this card is synchro summoned, place 1 spell counter on it. Once per turn, you can discard any number of cards to place 1 spell counter on a monster you control. For each card you discarded, you can remove all spell counters on the field to inflict 500 damage to your opponent for each removed spell counter. I'm sure there's probably some OP play you can do with this to just do hella damage. Next, we have 2 Xyz monsters banned. Outer Entity Azathoth. This monster is unlimited in the TCG, forbidden in the OCG, and now this is going to go match it. 3 level 5 monsters. You can also exceed some of this card using outer entity. Exceeds monster you control as a material. Can be used as a material for an exceed summon. After this card was exceed summoned, your opponent cannot activate monster effects for the rest of that turn. If this card has at least 3 exceed materials, 1 fusion, 1 synchro, and 1 exceed monster, you can detach 1 material from this card. Destroy all cards your opponent controls. It's just powerful. Powerful to begin with. Next, Salamangreat Mirage Stalio. Salamangreats are a great deck, if you excuse the pun. Currently unlimited, going straight to Forbidden. That's mad. It is an extender. You can attach 1 exceed material from this card, special summon 1 Salamangreat monster from your deck in defense position. Also, you can activate monster effects for the rest of this turn, except fire monsters. Not really an issue. If this exceed summon card is sent to the graveyard of material for the link summon of a Salamangreat monster, you can target 1 monster on the field, return it to the hand. Each effect Salamangreat Mirage Stalio once per turn. Going straight for the Forbidden. I'd love to know if you think that's a little bit too much, but okay. Next, Sky Striker Mobilize Engage. It's a spell card that if you control no monsters in your main monster zone, add 1 Sky Striker card from your deck to your hand, except Sky Striker Mobilize Engage. Then if you have 3 or more spells in your graveyard, you can draw 1 card. Great card. Semi-limited OCG, unlimited in the TCG, going straight to banned. I mean, it's a great card. Next is the only link monster to be banned. That is Heavy Metal Foes Electromite. I'm pretty okay with this one, but Pendulum decks... Yeah, so 2 Pendulum monsters. If this card is link summoned, you can add 1 Pendulum monster from your deck to your extra deck face up. Once per turn, you can target 1 face up card you control, destroy it, then add 1 face up Pendulum monster from your extra deck to your hand. If a card in your Pendulum zone leaves the field, draw 1 card. You can use the effect of Heavy Metal Foes Electromite once per turn. Limited, going straight to banned. This one is really going to hurt Pendulums a hell of a lot because this is like in every Pendulum deck, but I'm not a massive fan of it. And lastly on the Forbidden list is Brilliant Fusion. This one I kind of understand, limited and unlimited. Basically, it's an engine that can fit in any deck with Brilliant Fusion, and you can just... it's pretty damn good. When this card is activated, fusion summon 1 Gem-like Fusion monster from your extra deck using monsters from your deck as fusion materials. That's why it's so powerful. Change attack to defense to 0. There's a monster you can get out that has an ability you can do an extra summon per turn. If this card leaves the field, destroy that monster. Once per turn, you can discard 1 spell card. The monster special summoned by this card's effect gains attack and defense equal to its original attack and defense until the end of your opponent's turn. You can activate 1 Brilliant Fusion per turn. This one I actually don't mind. This one fits into so many decks that... yeah, but I mean, it's going from limited to banned. I feel like it'd already been hit hard enough. But, I mean, if you want to ban it, I guess. I'm not going to go into too much the limited and the semi-limited cards. I feel like you can just look at them. You kind of understand why they've been reduced down or buffed up just a little bit more. But I do want to talk about the cards that are now unlimited, because there's some interesting ones in here. For example, Morphing Jar number 2. This card has been forbidden in the TCG, but it has been unlimited in the OCG. I didn't actually know that. Its effect is flip, shuffle all monsters on the field into the deck, then each player excavates cards from the top of their deck until they excavate the same number of monsters they shuffled into their main deck. Special summon all excavated level 4 or lower monsters in face down defense position. Also, send the remaining cards to the graveyard. It's like a worse version of Cyberjar, but still, there's a reason why it has been forbidden. Chaos Pod, aka its other name. This is going to be weird to see in the game at 3. I guess it's not as strong as it used to be, because flip monsters, it still can get effect Veiled or anything like that. So, yeah, I'm actually kind of curious to see what happens with that. Tribe Infecting Virus, another card that was forbidden in the TCG, unlimited in the OCG as well. Okay, we're following the OCG's suit, it seems. Discard 1 card from your hand and declare 1 type of monster. Destroy all face-up monsters of the declared type on the field. That's not too bad. I don't think that seems too broken anymore at all. I feel like it hasn't felt broken in ages. And it's a discard from your hand and declare 1 type. I'm guessing that would work with Dark Worlds. It's not a cost. Discard 1 card. I'm a bit as a cost, actually. I'm not too sure. But destroy all face-up monsters of the declared type on the field. There's so many different types. I'm sure you'd get away with that. It's 25 different types of monsters. People play a lot of variety nowadays, but that's going to 3. Interesting. The Phantom Knights Rank Up Magic launch going to 3. Okay, Lady Debug, Sky Striker Ace Kagari. That's kind of a big one. Was limited. It's going back to 3. 195 months. If this guy's special summon, you can target 1 Sky Striker spell in your graveyard. Add it to your hand. Gains 100 attack for each spell in your graveyard. You can only special summon Sky Striker Ace. So this is all about recycling. I think this is the reason why it got hit so hard. But it's going back to 3, so I mean, all right. We also have Book of Moon, which you can see right here. That's going to 3. I think that's absolutely fine. Solemn Warning, going to 3. I think that's fine as well. 2,000 life point costs to negate a summon. Soul Drain. Is that the one from the graveyard? Activate by paying 1,000 life points. Monsters that are banished, as well as monsters in the graveyard, can activate their effects that start a chain. So that's kind of good. Go from limited back to 3. So these are like pretty big changes. Dark Arm Dragon is actually going to 3. Was semi-limited, unlimited, can't be double summoned. You have to have exactly 3 dark monsters in your graveyard. You can banish 1 dark monster from your graveyard and target 1 card on the field, destroy that monster. So you special summon it when you got 3 in the graveyard. And then the thing with this monster is you can keep banishing. So if you've got 3 in there, you special summon it, you've got 3 destructions. It's not limited to just monsters as well. You can destroy anything. And you can put more in there. Dark Arm Dragon is strong, so having that back is kind of cool. And the last one we got is Performage Damage Juggler. Let's have a quick look at it. Was this banned or was this limited? Semi-limited in the TCG, unlimited in the OCG. Okay. I remember this was part of a thing ages and ages ago. And a card effect is activated that would inflict damage to you. Quick effect, you can discard this card, negate the activation. If you do, destroy that card. During the battle phase, quick effect, you can discard this card, reduce the battle damage from battle to 0. You can banish this card from your graveyard, add 1 Performage monster from your deck. That's it there. Except Performage Damage Juggler, you can use the effect of thingy. It's that banish ability I think people had it limited for, but it's back at 3 now. So yeah, there you go. Guys, that is the new Forbidden Unlimited list for Yu-Gi-Oh! 2020. Let me know what you think of it in the comments section below. Do you think it's good? Do you think it's bad? Do you think it's the best ban list you've ever seen? Do you think it's the worst? How is the new update on the rules going to affect your dueling ability? Because it's really going to change up the game again, I guess. I'm excited for April. I can't wait. It's just weird that we have to wait till April, even though this is happening in January. I feel like they should have been close together. Maybe we'll get another ban list a bit further down the line. But yeah, I'm guessing we get to play like this with the current rule set. So I don't know. Let me know in the comment section below, guys. Thank you all for watching. Catch you later.